Oh, between the times when Nintendo saved the industry and the time when gaming sequels sucked balls, there stood an age undreamed of. And unto this, clocked it, bearing the dual crown of Aquilonia upon a troubled brow. Time to get to know me, people. Get to know Clocked It. Yo, what's crackalacking, people? It's Jason from Clocked It here. So, I just realized that you probably don't know that much about me and my gaming past.
Do you know who I am? I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
I keep telling you people I've been gaming for a long time, since I was about 5-6 years old. I talk about Sega, I talk about Nintendo, you know I like Panzer Dragoon. But what else do I like? I haven't had the chance to do this on my channel yet, and the whole point of my channel was to give people insight into my gaming past. Cause I've been gaming for a long time, people, and I've got a lot of games. As you can see, I've got a lot of loves in gaming. But yeah, I love video games. I've always loved video games. I've never been out of video games. And I want you to know just a bit more about me and my gaming past, like I always wanted people to know. So in this segment of my channel called Get to Know Clocked It, I'll be giving you 5, sometimes 10 gaming facts about me, my gaming background, and you might be surprised. I've done a lot of things in gaming, been to a lot of shows, worked in a lot of stores, met a lot of people, some famous people. And like I said, I played a lot of games. My games. Some of my games. Some are downstairs. I'm a father as well, as you might know. And I gotta have my games in multiple places around the house. It's a pain in the ass.
No. Monsters.
But yeah, let's not waste any more time and let's get into this. Get to know Clocked It. Do you want a 32-bit fact? Virtua Fighter 2 on the Sega Saturn was always better than Tekken 3 on the PlayStation 1. And not just Tekken 3, Tekken 1, 2, and 3. Frontier, people. That's a 32-bit Clocked It fact. Virtua Fighter 2 is one of the best fighting games ever made. This was good. This was better. A Clocked It fact. Before I owned either the Sega or the Nintendo system in my life, I owned, for my first console ever, was the BBC Micro. Then I owned the Atari 2600 Junior. Then I owned the Commodore 64. But, out of Sega and Nintendo, my first Sega system was the Sega Master System 2. First Nintendo system was the NES, one I got in 1989. The other I got in 1990. Which one do you think I got first? Just by a few months, the first console I got was the NES. And then I was lucky enough for my auntie to buy me the Sega Master System 2 out of the free ads. And I was a happy young gamer. Clocked It was a happy young gamer. Yes, he was. Time for the What the Fudgicles Clocked It fact. This is the box to my original Sega Saturn. This is the box to my original Virtua Cop 2 and Virtua Gun. Would you like to know why? These both have holes in them.
Would you like to know more?
It's because when I was younger and I first got Virtual Cop 2, which is one of the best light gun games ever made, by the way, it is because I wanted to make a gun holster. But this, next to my TV, just so I could pull it out anytime I wanted to play some Virtual Cop 2. Do I regret cutting up my original Saturn box and my original Virtual Gun box? No. I never clocked it. Fact. So, everyone knows that Street Fighter 2 is not only one of the best fighting games ever made, not only one of the most important video games ever made, but it's also one of the best games ever made, and certainly one of my favorite games ever. Back in the day, I used to play Street Fighter 2 in my local chip shop. I used to go Blanca, always went Blanca first. He was big, he was green, he was cool, he could do electricity just by smashing a button. His rolling attacks were much easier to do than Ryu's or Ken's, everyone knows that. And I also had a local little garage around the corner from me, probably about a 1 minute walk away from my house. In there was another version of Street Fighter 2, along with Mortal Kombat. Plenty of good times playing Street Fighter 2 in the arcades. But when it came to the home console, which console version of Street Fighter 2 do you think I got first? Was it Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition on the Sega Mega Drive? Or was it Street Fighter 2 Turbo on a Super Nintendo? Which one do you think?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A little Clocked It story for you. When Mama Clocked It asked me one Christmas, "Little Clocked It, what would you like for Christmas?" There were only 2 games I wanted. One was Street Fighter 2, and the other was Aladdin. Both games back then were £60, full retail price video games.
Wow, that's a lot of money, boys and girls.
Mama Clocked It was poor. Do you know what she used to say to me?
Hey, man, I got 5 kids to feed.
But also, Mama Clocked It was an angel. Is an angel. And she got me Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition on the Sega Mega Drive, along with Aladdin on the Sega Mega Drive. And that was the best Christmas ever, people. Yeah, I only had a 3-button controller, but back then those gamers were hardcore. I pushed that start button just to change the kick, then like lightning I pushed it again to change back to punches. Didn't faze us people back then. We were gamers. This was the first version of Street Fighter 2 I ever owned. I love it. I never clocked it. Fact. One of the most special consoles to me ever, especially as a child, growing up, young Clocked It, getting to know gaming. The Game Boy. Mwah! This thing is a thing of beauty, and I played it to death. Would you like to know what my first game was for the Game Boy that I ever got? Just like probably what most people got. I actually first played the Game Boy when I was in primary school, in one of my last years. One of my best friends, he just returned from the US. He came back with one game. We all sat around the playground and just watched him play this one game. Like I said, do you want to take a guess what that game was?
God, give me the answer!
That game was Tetris. Of course, because Tetris pretty much came bundled with every Game Boy. And I still got my original version of Tetris. That's it there. As you can see, the sticker is gone, rubbed away, destroyed. You can barely see it. Now this game got some use. Love Tetris. One of the best games ever made. I never clocked it. Bang!
Head to the go-go, baby! phantom will come and get it.
Over my life, I have worked in 3 video game stores. One was called the Electronics Boutique, the second was called the Software Store, and the third was called Game Station.
Yes! That's awesome!
And I started working in the Electronics Boutique in 1998. 1998, people. And do you know what 1998 was? Scientifically, categorically, without a doubt, the best year in gaming ever. 1998. Say it again. 1998. Best year in gaming. Do you want to know why it was the best year in gaming? I think I'll save that for another video.
Game over, yeah!
Get to know Clark did.